What's up, guys? Craig James here from MasculineByDesign.com and the Fraternity of Excellence. Happy 2018. It is New Year's Day 2018, and I kicked off the year with a bout of fear and worry, and it made me be reminded of something that I think we all should be striving for as men in 2018, and that is to eliminate worry from our lives, at least as much as we can. So the last 3 or 4 days, I'd been working on remodeling a bathroom upstairs, and it was like any home project I've ever taken on in this home. It's kind of an older home, and I'm not the most handy of men. I know enough to be dangerous, but I don't put my hands to tools very often, only about as much as I have to, so not something I did growing up very often. And just not something that I'm really comfortable with. So I get through things and the end product is usually pretty good, but it takes me several extra trips to the hardware store, extra money buying parts and materials that I don't need and then I have to take back later. A lot of frustration. It takes me much longer to do than somebody who's more seasoned would take to do it. So I'm remodeling the bathroom. I was replacing a sink and vanity, laying some new flooring down. And a lot of frustrations. Again, took me 3 days to do what probably would have taken somebody else a day and a half to do, who knew what they were doing and had some more experience doing these things. But I got through it, I got done. Everything looked great. I leak tested the faucet, everything was fine, there were no leaks. So I got done with that, I guess about 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve. I had a beer to kind of celebrate getting that done. As I said, I worked on it for 3 days, so it was quite the headache, quite the project. It was New Year's Eve, so I hung out with the family. And it was about 12:30, we put the kids to bed, and my wife and I went to lay down, and we were brushing our teeth, doing our nightly ritual before we lay down. And I had gotten to bed before my wife did. Well, she comes in and said, "Hey, we can't use our sinks. They're leaking really bad." And I was kind of groggy and had dozed off a little bit. And I kind of shrugged her off and I said, "Well, how bad is it?" And she said, "Oh, it's fine. I just need to go downstairs and put some towels down in a bucket or two." And so I kind of had half a mind to get up, but I didn't. I stayed there and was waiting to see how long she was going to be down there for. And if it took too long, I was going to get up. And she was down there for a few minutes, came back, and didn't really say anything else about it other than everything was taken care of. So I thought I'd check it out the next morning. And so I got up this morning, and I went downstairs, checked it out, and the leak wasn't terrible, but we didn't run a lot of water through the faucet. So most of the water that was run through the faucet had ended up falling through our drop ceiling. My wife had removed the tile that it was settling under, and she had put a bucket down on the floor. Good on her. So everything was okay from that standpoint. There was no real major damage, but we have a pipe that leaks and 2 faucets that can't be used because both of our upstairs bathrooms have sinks that drain to the same common line. So if we use either of those faucets, the leak will go down into the basement. And so I know enough about plumbing to know that this is not going to be a cheap and easy thing. Probably looking at $1,000, maybe $2,000 to have a plumber come in, bust the wall down, fix whatever the problem is inside of the wall, and then we'll obviously have to remodel the area that is demolition in order to get to the insides. So it had me worried. I was really fretting this morning and worrying about that. And then I was reminded about the words of Christ where he says, which of you can add an hour to his life by worrying? And it just made me realize how useless worry is. It's something that is very easy to think about in principle. It's much more difficult to live out in application. Worry is something that all of us deal with at times, something that I'm no stranger to, but it really is illogical. We should be working toward enhancing the things in our lives that we have control over, but worrying about the things that we don't have any control over, it really is a fruitless activity. It just drains us of our energy that could be used doing things to better our situation, doing things that are inside of our control to enhance our lives, doing things inside of our control that will improve our situations. I don't have much inside of my control here. It's not within my skill set to go tearing down this wall and changing whatever the issue is, remedying whatever issue is behind the wall. It's just not in my skill set. I could probably watch some YouTube videos, struggle my way through it, but it's not something that I am really that excited about getting into. So I'm going to hire somebody to do it. And so it's going to cost a decent amount of money to have that done. But at the end of the day, I have the means to have that done. Yes, I would much rather use that money to do something more productive. I mean, I could take my family on a nice getaway weekend with that kind of money. But at the end of the day, my worrying about it isn't just going to change anything. It just saps me of energy in the here and now. It takes away from the day that I have off from work to spend with my family, spend with my kids. And so one of my resolutions, I don't really make resolutions, but one of the things that I'm going to be trying to be better at, whether it's 2018 or any other time, is to stop worrying about the things that are outside of my control. And again, I was reminded of that this morning with the whole plumbing issue that happened at my house, and it just made me realize that it's something that I haven't had the best control over in the past month, couple months, 3 months, whatever that time frame might be. I've been working on a lot of different projects. I started a new job, and I won't admit it very often, but the stress did get to me a little bit, and I did start to worry about how am I going to handle all these commitments, and everything has worked out. It's all been fine, but today just was really a stark reminder of the fact that worrying about the things that are outside of our control, it's fruitless. It's useless. There's no reason that we need to be getting caught up in worrying over things that we can't control. We need to take action on the things that we can control, take action on the things that we need to do as men to achieve our life's desires, to achieve our life's mission. But we don't need to be worrying about the things that are outside of our control that, frankly, we can't do anything about, even if we are worrying about it. And again, Jesus made that very clear. That was a very logical statement that he made. We can't add any time to our lives by worrying. I can't make that pipe fix itself by worrying about it. Action has to be taken. Something has to be done to change that. I can either take that action or I can hire someone else to do it, and I'm going to hire someone else to do it. Once that decision is made, the worry should go out the window. There's nothing to worry about at this point. So guys, just if I can admonish you to do something in 2018 that I think will have a huge impact on your life, and I know it will on mine, is to just be conscientious about the times when you start to give in to fear and worry and anxiety, and remind yourself that there's nothing good that comes of that. There's no value in it. There's no value in worrying over things that you can't control. As I did that, as I was reading scripture this morning, and I was reminded of that truth by Jesus, it just made me so much more clear-headed. A weight was just lifted off of my shoulder in that moment, and I'm not worried about it now. I called a friend of mine who is a plumber, and he recommended somebody for me to call in the morning. It's New Year's Day. I don't want to pay a premium rate for somebody to come fix the issue. So tomorrow morning we'll give them a call, and we'll get on our way fixing it. Again, hopefully it doesn't cost too much money, but either way, we have the means to do it, and we're going to get it fixed. And worrying about the inconsequential or not inconsequential, but the things that are outside of our control, it doesn't do any good anyway. So I hope that that helps you guys as a good reminder for something to aspire toward in 2018. Guys, it's January 1st. The Fraternity of Excellence that Hunter Drew and I are co-leading has kicked off. We just threw out the first weekly assignment yesterday. We're going to be focusing on finances, getting our financial house in order, leading our family's finances in the month of January. So it's not too late. It's never too late to get involved there. Just go to fraternityofexcellence.com and you can sign up and join the other 70 or so brothers who are in there right now, all striving for excellence, all holding each other accountable, raising the bar in their lives as men in order to escape the mediocrity that exists when men suppress their masculinity. So you can join that just by, again, going to fraternityofexcellence.com, and you can get started with that weekly assignment. We have a nice chat feature in there, a forum. We do videos every week, a podcast every week, tons of exclusive content that is specifically designed to help each of us as men be the best men that we can be. So I hope to see you in there. So that's all. Until next time, this is Craig James from masculinebydesign.com and the fraternityofexcellence.com. I'm out.